Good morning, friends. Welcome to day 20 of Vlogmas. I'm Tammy of Tammy's Knitting Podcast. Yeah, 5 more days of Vlogmas. I hope we can finish 5 days of Vlogmas. Let's show day 20 colorway, and then we'll talk about what happened last night. So, day 20. Ooh, a really pretty pinky purple. Yeah. Yep. Okay, where's the end of here? We are. Let's get the end and show them all together. There you go. Very, very pretty. Like I said, I get to see dividing this into a couple of groups and using my Among the Wildflowers shawl that I did was one full skein. Well, actually it was two full skeins. It was like a skein and a half. But it used 5 minis, and I could see take 5 of these look really good together, and I could see dividing this and doing a shawl like that you take 5. I mean, right now I don't have a pattern in mind that I can see using them all, but yeah, I could see taking this and grabbing a solid color and doing a shawl like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look out for something like that, unless, like I said, something catches my eye that I want to do. But very pretty. I'm loving it. Okay, let's get a drink of our water. Okay, let's talk about what I'm wearing. This is my very first knit along that I did, and I don't remember the name of the shawl, but the knit along was done with Cozy Up Knits. I do remember that. Friends from Knit Group, we all got along and did this shawl. It's not one of my favorites because it's hard to wear. It's a crescent shawl. I realize I really like triangular shawls. So that's why I try not to do a lot of mystery knit alongs. It was a mystery knit along. And I tried not to do a lot of mystery knit alongs because I like to know what pattern I'm doing, because I want to be able to know if I'm going to wear the shawl. This was a lot of mini skeins that I ended up getting to put in. I had one full skein that I used and then a bunch of mini skeins. I like the color. I like the way it turned out, and it was a lot of different stitches I hadn't done before, different ways of doing things, a lot of short rows and stuff like that to do the back. But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's not one I wear often because it doesn't lay like I want it to lay. And mine was a lot smaller than everybody else's in the group. And I don't know why. Because there was like 4 or 5 of us that did this, and I don't know why mine was a lot smaller, but it was. Okay. So when I said hopefully I get to do the rest of this vlog, I mean, I only have 5 more days left, but I got no knitting done last night because I literally spent 4.5 hours trying to download my videos into my computer. Now, I video on my phone, and I've been videoing on my phone ever since I've been doing YouTube videos. I just video on my phone, and I transfer from my phone into my laptop, and that is where I bought the software to edit, because there's still a lot of stuff that I have to cut out and different things. When I got my new phone, this newest one here, I was using my old phone, and I thought, I'm just in the house with my phone. As long as I can video on my phone, I won't have to put all of that information onto my new phone and just use data onto my new phone. Even though I delete all the video and picture out of my phone, I just figured, why? So I was using my old phone. Well, on one of my podcasts, somebody had said, your microphone looks like it's on, but I don't think it's paired to your camera. It doesn't sound like your microphone is working. So I started looking at it, and I realized it didn't. So I bought a new microphone thinking that my old one went bad. Well, no, somehow my old phone stopped pairing with my microphone, and it wouldn't pair with the new microphone that I got. So now I'm using my new phone because it pairs with the microphone, and I'm able to get it to use. I can, walk away from it, and I can still talk, and it, especially if I'm videoing something and, I'm showing what I'm doing. I don't have to be right there on top of the phone to talk about it. And you can hear what's going on. So I started using my new phone. Well, the problem is with my new phone, I couldn't download from my new phone into my laptop. There was something stopping me from doing it. When I plug them in, it doesn't register it. So I found there's an app in your phones that you can do a quick share where you can download from one device to another device. So all Vlogmas, I've been downloading all of my information from my new phone into my old phone with just a quick tap it, and it downloads. Well, Thursday the 18th, I did that. When I did that, it didn't transfer. And I thought it did, and it didn't. And usually when I transfer it, it shows up on my other phone. I see the video playing. I can stop it. I can download it from my old phone into the laptop, and then I delete it. Well, I did that. Well, I didn't pay attention that it didn't actually download from my old phone to the laptop. And I deleted. So I lost all footage for the 18th. So I started looking when I was watching it yesterday when I did it, and it wouldn't transfer from my new phone to the old phone in that quick transfer. And when I did get some, I would only get part of the videos. It was almost like telling me that the videos were too long. And I mean, I've always done a full podcast, and it's transferred. So I don't know what's causing it. And I finally got everything transferred, doing it as a Google Doc, transferring it from my phone to my computer as a Google Doc. Well, those take forever. And it literally took 4 hours for all of the files to finally dump over. And I only got a quarter of the files dumped over. I mean, it just wasn't, they weren't going. I was able to find my video that I did in the morning to show my advents, and then a closing video. And then I got one snippet of everything that I did. And I had videoed, a little bit more of things, but I wasn't getting everything to come over. So if anybody knows how to turn on sharing or downloading from an Android phone to a computer, let me know. Because that's the problem with my new phone. It does not when I plug it in, it doesn't even register that I plugged it in. And I've tried multiple cords because that's what one of the things said, was to check and make sure that, you know, your transfer cord's correct. And I have a little tiny transfer cord that I've used from the beginning, and it works to transfer some of my stuff. And I actually, yesterday, I did get some, well, how I got some of my videos over. I I found it somehow, and I don't know where I found it, but I was able to turn on the sharing to this phone with that little cord. So I know that little cord is good and it still works. Plug that in, and I was able to, and I don't remember what app I was in, and I turned it on. But as soon as it downloaded and I unplugged it, it turned it off, and it's not staying on, and I don't know where to find it, because the icon went from, it actually showed me a camera when I plugged it in. It showed me a camera instead of my phone. And I don't remember where I was at in what app I was in my phone, where I was at in my phone when I did it. I don't know. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. But I'm hoping I'm going to try to download this morning part in and see if I can do it in 2 segments. Maybe it was too big and it wasn't downloading all of it. I don't know. We're going to see. But yeah, today is kind of a busy day. We're going to be visiting, dropping some stuff off at different places. So I don't think there's going to be much videoing of different things, because it's just visiting people and I don't want to intrude on their life by me videoing and doing different things. So it's, you know, there's probably not going to be much videoing or much content today, other than, you know, I'm going to try to sit up and do some video of some knitting, some crafting today. We'll see. But that's going to be it for this morning's part of the vlog. I will catch you guys a little bit later, and I hope you have a good day. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the afternoon of our vlog. It was kind of a busy day. We had, like I said this morning, we went and did some errands, did some different things here and there. And I knew I was going to get knitting done, but really nothing else to show. But I did get some knitting done. So the first thing I worked on is my brother-in-law's Musselboro hat. I am now down to the decrease section of it. So I am going along pretty good on that. I just now have the decreases. I've got not a lot of yarn left in there. So I'm hoping I didn't go too long and not going to have enough for the inside. If I do, well, then we'll put a solid blue at the very end of it. Who knows? We've got options. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with this. It'll be done here, hopefully shortly. I really needed the needles. I ended up taking the needles out of my husband's Musselboro because I needed them to finish my, that's the other thing I did. I got the sleeves. I needed them for the sleeves on my That 70s. So I got one sleeve done, bound off. The other one is on the ribbing. That'll be bound off later tonight. And then I can try to figure out and pick up the stitches on my collar. The front piece just does not lay right, so I got to finagle how I'm going to pick that up to get them to lay right on both of those. The sleeves were a little odd putting in. They were a little difficult for me to put in. But yeah, we've got those done. But that's what I got done today. I did actually do the last bit of sewing that I needed to do for Christmas presents. Can't show it, but I got that done. And yeah, that is everything that I did today. Like I said, I knew I wasn't going to show when we went and did some visiting and drop off Christmas presents to people. But now it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm going to sign off and try to get this uploaded. Hopefully, I don't have the computer issues that I did yesterday. So far, I've been able to transfer the videos from my phone that I'm using now to the other one that talks to my computer and getting them put into my computer. So hopefully this part will be able to get transferred and then I can do my editing and put the vlog together and get it posted a little bit later this evening. I'm going to sign off now and get some dinner, but I will see you guys tomorrow for day 21. So have a good night and thank you all for watching. Bye.